Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Wrestling King 619 here, back at you with another video. And if I yawn, I'm sorry, I literally just woke up. So, let's talk about Raw. This is gonna be a 3 videos in one day. So let's talk about Raw. Raw started with Jey Uso in the ring talking to the crowd. He said he's excited about CM Punk being back and sends his condolences to Sami Zayn because he's now injured and feel better. He got taken out by McIntyre last week and came after me and Seth after a great main event. Then McIntyre came out and said Nick Aldis can have CM Punk for SmackDown because if he signs with Raw, he'll rip this place apart. But it's not about Punk. It's about you, Jay, and Seth. You guys been a personal, but you might have a good point about me attacking Sammy. And he said, you did cross the line when you talked about my family, but I'm sorry. He said, but you, Jay, you're incapable of apologizing because he still has it out for him because for what happened on Clash of the Castle over a year ago. McIntyre had the crowd take a poll, and he said, imagine if someone hurt your loved one. Show of hands, who would take revenge on that person? And most of them agreed with him. Two things wrong with that statement, though. One is that was over a year ago, and it's a business, and get over it. And two is that Jay isn't with the Bloodline anymore. They actually had a match between them two, and it started right then and there. During the match, Michael Cole on commentary said that Sami Zayn has a partially torn meniscus in his knee, and they don't know when he will be back. Out of the ring, McIntyre went for a Claymore, but Uso got out of the way, and McIntyre fell right on the commentator's table. During the commercial break, they showed that McIntyre gave Jey Uso a catapult underneath the ring apron, and his collarbone met the steel on the bottom of the apron. Like, it was the same thing. Like, if you saw... Oh, God. Excuse me. If you saw the Fatal 4-Way, this was, like, over, like a couple years ago. Adam Cole, Ciampa, Gargano, and Roderick Strong, I want to say, back in NXT for the title. I think Ciampa won it. I could be wrong, but I think he won it. Ciampa gave Gargano like a catapult, like under the ring to like the apron, and yeah, that's what he did. Uso gave him a Samoan drop and pinned him, but McIntyre kicked out. McIntyre took off the turnbuckle and was getting ready for the Claymore kick again, but Uso gave him something. I forgot what he gave him, and went for the pin, but McIntyre kicked out. I think a kick or something, and McIntyre kicked out. When the referee had his back turned to put the turnbuckle back on or whatever, like you do something with the turnbuckle, McIntyre raked the eyes. He gave him a Claymore kick and pinned him and won. I guess 3rd time's the charm for a Claymore kick. Excuse me. Then there was a segment of like an anime between Nakamura and Cody in the main event. Between Nakamura and Cody Rhodes, and Nakamura saying basically like that he's the Nightmare and he will beat Cody in the main event because he asked for this. Now we go to Judgment Day's clubhouse, and Balor is talking to JD that him and Rhea weren't there for one night, and you two managed to screw up by losing to the Creeds. And we're falling apart. Rhea said, you have the to have the door locked because R-Truth is always coming in here. And Dominic lost the North American title against Dragon Lee. Priest said things haven't been going our way lately, but me and Balor are not going to take the Creeds lightly. And Priest and Rhea are verbally fighting over who is the leader for Judgment Day. Then we go into the men's locker room, I think. And the Creeds are with Alpha Academy. And Maxine has a match against Rhea Ripley tonight. Well, that was Monday. And Ivy Nile said, I'll be out there just in case if anything goes down. Then R-Truth came on the scene with some Christmas lights. And he says he has to decorate the Judgment Day's clubhouse for the holidays. But Gable said, you shouldn't be hanging around those guys. They're dangerous. And I don't think you're part of Judgment Day. R-Truth said he is. And that they just misunderstood. And he said, I have to go. Happy Thanksgiving. And he left. And that match is next. Obviously, it's Christmas, but yeah. I wouldn't say it was a squash match, but it was definitely a quick match. And nothing really much happened, but Rhea would win against Maxine, of course. After the match, Ivy Nile came in the ring, and they were just standing face to face. Then there was a segment of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance saying that if they never stepped up to the challenge, they would have never been in WWE. They followed their dreams and now are going after the women's tag titles. Adam Pearce is now in the ring and called out CM Punk to make his decision whether he wants to sign to Raw, NXT, or SmackDown. Punk said that he had good memories, like that he debuted in this building, Cleveland, Ohio. Although some bad memories, like getting kicked in the head by Randy Orton and being stripped of the title. He said, 10 years ago I had to make the hardest decision of my life, and I walked out. And if you guys were disappointed in me, I understand. And I apologize. He said Nick Aldis had a great offer. So did Shawn Michaels when I went to NXT over the weekend. And Michaels offered me to help the younger generation of superstars. But Adam Pearce has put together a deal that's better than both of them. And he signed with Raw. And he said, I'm home. But then Seth Rollins came out, and they were just standing face to face for like a minute, but then Seth got on the mic. He said, "Don't you dare call this place your home." Yeah, you abandoned it and try to take this place down. This isn't your home, it's mine. And he said, "Everyone back there who has been here is my family. This is our home, and I'll protect it from people like you." Rollins said, "With every fiber in my being, I hate you. But if you're going to be a part of Raw, I want you on Raw, because everyone knows this is your last chance. And when you fail, I'll be the first person to slam the door on your legacy. Or if some miracle you've changed and still have it, you'll be lucky enough to stand across me in the ring for a title shot, and I'll expose you for the fraud that you are." Punk said, "I've never asked for anything. I've always done things purposely, stubbornly, the hard way. And I told Adam Pearce and told Pearce to make the match official. I'm entering the Royal Rumble, and when I win, I'll just maybe come after you." Then there was a segment of Bronson Reed and Ivar, and that their feud is far from over, and they go one-on-one next. Ivar gave Reed a spinebuster sit-down powerbomb and pinned him, but Reed kicked out. Reed was going to give Ivar a tsunami splash, but Ivar beat him to the punch, and Reed was on the outside. And Ivar was on the top rope, and he did a cannonball to Reed on the outside from the top rope. Ivar was looking for his moonsault off the top rope, but Reed beat him to the punch and gave him an enormous superplex off the top rope, just draped an arm over Ivar, and won the match. Excuse me. Then we go backstage to CM Punk talking to the Judgment Day. And Priest said, "I hope you are the one to finish the story around here, because if you do, I'll be waiting." And he has the briefcase. Then we go back to the ring, and Judgment Day are talking. Priest said the creeds will be put down, but then R-Truth came out. He said, "I tried to stop by the Judgment Day's clubhouse to decorate, but you guys locked the front and back door." And he said, "This is supposed to be a Christmas party, and I don't get an invite." JD said, "This isn't a Christmas party, and even if it was, you wouldn't be invited." But then Priest said, "Take it easy, tranquilo." And he invited him in the ring. Truth said, "I got some ideas for Judgment Day. First, I think I gotta kick JD out. I'm sorry, man, but no one likes you." And Balor was holding him back. Second, Priest, you gotta stop calling yourself the boss. I mean, I don't mind it, but it makes mommy mad. Priest said, Truth, you're a funny guy. Everyone in the locker room likes you. I think everyone in this building likes you. Except me." And they all beat him up, but then the Creeds came out. But then they beat them up too, but they reversed it. And Creeds sent them flying over the top rope, out of the ring. We go backstage again, and Pearce is with CM Punk and McIntyre. McIntyre said, "The only story I care about finishing is my own," and he left. Pierce said, I thought he would be happy considering he has a one-on-one match against Seth Rollins for the title at day 1. Now, I don't know why, but they didn't have day 1 last year. Then Kingston came on the scene, and it was like a reunion for Kingston and Punk. He was also with Gable and Ricochet. He said hi to all of them, but then he had to leave. The 3 of them are talking with Pierce about the Intercontinental title. Probably going to be a triple threat match to see who will get it next. Well, obviously, Miz has it next, but we get into that later. And now back to the ring competition, and it's the life of the party. I might just call them Life of the Party team, but it's Kayden Carter and Katana Chance versus Candice and Indi, and Chelsea and Piper are on commentary. And the winner of this match might get a title match, and which they will later on. It's official. And backstage, Tegan and Natalya are watching this match backstage. And I do think Kayden Carter and Katana Chance will be the life of the party. I mean, it would probably be fun to meet them and hang out with them. I would think that would be Indi and Candice did a double team swinging neck breaker or something to Kayden, and Candice pinned her, but Katana broke it up. Kayden and Katana did the after party and pinned Candice and won, which now they get a title shot. And also, I don't know how old Kayden Carter is, but I looked up how old Katana Chance was. She's 35. I thought she would at least be 10 years younger. Like at least 8 years younger. I mean, she looks small. Well, she is tiny. She's actually the tiniest one in wrestling. But remember, don't let that fool you. She can still, she's not no American Ninja Warrior champion for nothing. Well, it's not really about fighting in that, but yeah. Now you go backstage again, and DIY are talking to Gargano, which Michael Cole said DYI, are talking to DIY are talking, and Gargano said, we're in my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio, and they were also talking about them trusting someone. Then Kaiser and Vinci interrupted them, and Kaiser said, all day we're hearing you guys talking about a mystery partner, but we realized who would actually team with you guys. Ciampa said, what you guys should be worried about is when you lose and have to speak with Gunther again. They were verbally fighting, but then Gunther came on the scene and everything went quiet. Gunther said, good luck, but I seriously doubt you're going to find anyone that'll team up with you tonight. Now at this point, obviously the match is later on, so I didn't watch it at that point. But considering they're in Cleveland, Ohio, it should be the Miz, because Miz also has a beef with Gunther. Then we go back to the ring, and Becky Lynch is talking to the crowd and called out Nia Jax. She said, we've never had a one-on-one match together, which I can't believe that's not true. She said, for the last 5 years, I've never gotten my revenge on her, and they showed what happened on November 12th, 2018, where Nia broke her nose ahead of that year's Survivor Series. She said, I would go on to be a mom and she would go to get fired, but now we're both here and Nia came out. She said, I'm here in front of you better than ever, and that was one lucky shot. I didn't even get all of it. Becky said, I don't put it against you because everyone that you've beaten up have been injured at some point. Jax said, you actually should be thanking me because if it wasn't about me breaking your face, you would have never been the man and the woman that you are today. Becky said, if it was just about a broken face, we would have all forgotten it by now. But it's what that night represented. It's about dusting yourself off, getting back up to fight some more. But you said Becky's only a main event star because of you? Well, that's a lie. And if I can't end that lie, then I have to end you. Jax said, oh, I get it. You have to prove to yourself that your career wasn't just an accident after I broke your face. Becky said, I need you to shut up because I didn't come here to talk. I came here to fight. And she was basically begging Nia to throw the first punch, but she left the ring. Now we go backstage once again, and Jackie Redmond is interviewing Cody Rhodes about his match against Nakamura. Rhodes said, I would have been more excited about my first encounter with Nakamura if he hadn't missed me in the face last week. I would have had respect for a 14-year career in Japan before coming to WWE, and Nakamura said, I asked for this? Well, I sure as hell did. Now back to the ring, and it's Imperium versus DIY in a mystery partner, which turned out to be The Miz, which I was right about. Miz was giving it to Gunther, but Gunther locked in the Boston Crab, which is what made Miz tap out at Survivor Series. But Ciampa broke it up. Gargano and Miz did a DDT in stereo to Kaiser and Vinci, and the crowd was going crazy for the hometown boys. Then Miz gave Gunther the figure four, but he reached over and tagged Vinci. But Miz gave Vinci a skull-crushing finale, and they won. I didn't think they would lose in their hometown. I mean, considering both of them were in their hometown, and they didn't. Then we go backstage for one final time, and Gunther is talking to Kaiser and Vinci because they lost, but then Gunther turned around and was face-to-face with Miz. Miz said, I want another Intercontinental title shot. Gunther was hesitant, but he said, okay, under one condition, when you lose, you cannot face me as long as I'm champion. And Miz said, done. He said, fine. Now we go back to the ring for the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Nakamura. Cody tried to do the Cody Cutter, but got caught by Nakamura with an armbar, but Cody made it to the ropes. Cody gave Nakamura a power slam and tried the figure four, but Nakamura got him in the sleeper, but he got out of it. Cody did the disaster kick and pinned Nakamura, but he got out of it. He kicked out of it. Cody gave him a Cody Cutter and was about to do the crossroads, but Nakamura missed him in the face and is beating him up. And got a steel chair and was going to hit Cody with it, but the Creeds came out to his aid and Nakamura retreated. And that was basically all what happened in that was basically all what happened on Raw this past week. So please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please follow, join my Facebook group, Everything Wrestling. I'm starting to get a lot of scammers and hackers though, but I have deleted all of them, so there will be no more of those. And if they do, I'll just delete them again. I'll ban them for life. For life. NWO. Alright. Catch you guys in my next video. Peace.